Welcome back to 843 TV. Right now joining us is Bruce Kienke, a member and president of the board of directors at Spring Island. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for being here.
So Bruce, where were you living in the Low Country when you found Spring Island?
We had a home on Hilton Head in Sea Pines, and we had determined that I could spend more time down here because I was going into semi-retirement. So we put our house on the market there and it sold, and we started looking at all the communities down here, all along 278 and probably within a 50-mile radius. And we hadn't been able to find anything. So one day we were in Beaufort and went to the outdoor store in Beaufort, and I walked in and there was all this, Orvis stuff and all this, the outdoor stuff. And I was going to the owner, I said, who buys this stuff? I'm from Hilton Head. Everybody buys cutoffs, and So he said, there's a couple of developments here, but the one you really want to go see is Spring Island. So we came to Spring Island, and I've heard this story 50 times here. We drove across the bridge, and I was like, oh my God, this place is so different. So, the long and the short of that was it, and we've been happy ever since.
Well, it was a pretty big decision to come from Sea Pines to here. What have you seen? I mean, what was the deciding thing that made you decide this is where I really want to be, and what have you been doing here to keep yourself busy?
It's another interesting story. When we had looked at all these other places, we would go, and the salespeople would introduce us to owners, and we would go, and every single place we went to, somebody would say to me, what do you do? What do you do? Kind of like, how much money do you have? Mm-hmm. And we came here, and we bought a home, moved here, and I think it was a year and a half later when somebody asked me what I did. So that just sold me. I mean, this is such a low-key, this is a low-key place in the Low Country. Mm-hmm. So it was a great decision. We're very pleased.
When people say, what do you do now, they mean, what do you like to do? Right?
Oh, I know.
Not what did you do?
Yeah, there are too many. It's funny, you're absolutely right, Tom. There are just so many things to do. I mean, you never, what you have to do is you have to turn down things to go to, because there's so many opportunities to do things. I mean, I'm doing things that I thought I would never do. We have a master naturalist class here. I'm from Minnesota, and we don't know about the stuff out in salt water and things like that. And you can learn so much here and be educated. Every Thursday night we have what they call the Trust Talk. And we might have somebody here who talks about how cobia get here, and then the next week it might be, the history of South Carolina. So you're challenged here, and you're out. And what I really like about it is you're outdoors. And again, from being from Minnesota, in the winter here, it's nice not to have to put on a heavy coat and boots when you want to go outside. Absolutely. So anyway.
So now you, from moving here from Sea Pines, now you're president of the board of directors here at Spring Island.
Somebody had to do it.
Can you share with us some of the challenges and opportunities that a 25-year-old club like this face?
I think the biggest challenge is trying to stay the same. Try to keep the traditions here. Try to listen to the people who have been here a long time and incorporate that in everything we do. Now, of course, as Tom mentioned in an earlier segment, we have to continue to upgrade our facilities, and we have to do more things to, we have younger owners now, and the owners that are coming in now they're not golf. They're golf may be important to them, and we have a fabulous golf course, but they're into nature, and they're into meeting friends and establishing a community and things like that. So we have to be very aware of what's going to happen. We just started a terrific program, which is a new member program, and we want to wrap our arms around the new members and new owners here, so that they're given the opportunity of and learn about all the things that we do here, which is so much, and it's really been incredibly well received. We're actually having a new member weekend where we can include them in so many different things and involve them, because that's really important here. This is a big, community is a big thing here.
Sure, absolutely. And so, as far as the club goes, financially, how are you? Where are you standing, and how are you holding true to its to your vision of being a nature-based community?
Well, as I started my speech a couple of months ago about this, and I say, hey, when I started here, and to today, we have more money in the bank and we have fewer bills, and everybody thought that was great. But seriously, we have great reserves. Tom manages the operation of the club and Property Owners Associated extremely well. We invest in all of our infrastructure, and we're in terrific shape. We have a great treasurer who's on our board. We have a great financial committee, and we have a chief financial officer. And as all of us as a team really do, I feel, an outstanding job in taking care of doing our fiscal responsibility here and what we're supposed to do.
And quickly, what's impressed you the most about Spring Island over the past 6 years?
What's impressed me the most are frankly, well, let me answer it this way. This is my favorite time of year here. We have what we call Spring Island Camp and the 4th of July. We have a 4th of July parade here that we have more people in the parade than we have people watching the parade. I mean, kids get so involved. We have Camp Spring Island here that all the kids come in, and we have like 50 kids that are here visiting. So it's terrific, and we do all kinds of stuff.
There you go.
All right, thanks for joining us, Bruce.
You're welcome. Thanks for being here.
And we'll be right back for another segment of 843 TV.